For non-rated? Yes, so we're going to have another session that you can actually rate at the club. If you're new to the club or new to pickleball, you kind of want to know, the club is going to host a, like we did yesterday at Anthem for people to get their initial ratings. So that'll be coming to Trilogy.
When you said there'll be a 2.5, that's still just the club rating. They still, if they're going to get a 2.5 for an IPTPA, then you would have to take the test again to at least get that official one within 5 years.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, anything else? Okay, so I'm going to walk Mel through this. Mel's been through this before, so he knows. But I'm going to speak as if it was one of you walking out on the court. So here's how it works. So I'm just verifying that it's Mel and that he's testing for a 3.5, correct?
No, 5.0.
Oh, 5.0. Wrong class. I gotta go. Okay, so we've got Mel, 3.5, and I note that it's about 65 degrees and there's light winds, and we'll be using a Franklin ball. Right? And you will be testing with a Franklin ball. So you're not going to get there and find out I'm using a super soft Onyx or a super hard Dura. You know it's going to be with a Franklin. Okay? At that point, I will say, do you want to warm up? Are you familiar with the session? Did you go through it online and look? Yes, I did. Good. Would you like to warm up a little bit? I think we are. Okay, so we've warmed up and we're going to start the test. So this test, we're going to do an abbreviated version. We're going to hit every shot, but we're not going to hit where it says 10. Today we're going to hit 5. If it says 5, we're going to hit 3, so you don't have to stand out here in the heat. Whopping 65, I know. But so you get the feel of it. The only thing we will hit is the first shot, which windshield wiper dinks. There's 20 of them, and we will do that one in its entirety. Okay, and then we'll play one game on the ghost double, skinny single, so you can see how we move, where we move. Okay, questions there? Now I got a good question at the beginning of this as I was walking up about talking about the different shots. So when you go through these shots, these are 3.5 level shots that you should be able to hit as a 3.5 player. That also means that you should be able to put those shots into play. So as you see Mel and I playing today, I hope that Mel will do an offensive lob off of a dink. I hope that I pop one up and he gets to do a backhand block punch. So that those are the shots that, you know, we've had people say, well, I never hit that shot. All right, we got to get you to this level where that shot becomes in play. Your quiver is now full of a mixed bag of shots. Instead of I just hit it, and swing. Now I'm placing the ball, I'm moving, I'm lobbing, I'm doing a correct overhead. All right, and you'll see that when we go to do the overhead. When I get to the overhead, I'll show you again, but what we will be looking for is a side step. So the ball pops up, we step sideways. And I don't care if you point or not. I do, because we have big blue skies in Arizona and I need some context there if I go up and then. But what you cannot do in your test is what we call flat paddle. So it goes up and you back up and you hit your overheads like this. One, you get hurt by stumbling back, so we don't want that. And two, you normally, pardon all of you, right? You bend over and hit the ball into the net versus, okay. After that, everything else is a normal shot. I have my caddy full of balls that I'll be feeding from, and I have the score sheet on that. So after every drill or every test, I walk over and say, I just write down what you received for that. So if Mel gets 2 out of 20, I just write down 2, and that becomes part of the math equation. Any questions?
What's the blue line in the kitchen for?
The blue line in the kitchen, and we normally would put it over here. I'm not trying to take away from their courts since these aren't my courts. But when we go to play skinny or ghost doubles this way, if there was a line here, so if I hit a shot like this back to Mel, that's out.
Okay.
That's in. But that's how precise we are. Because I got a question. Well, what happens if you hit one and it lands like right there? He's going to give it to you, right? No, are you going to give it to me if I'm playing at Trilogy and you hit the ball, your serve, and it lands here? And I'm like, well, it was kind of good. Right? In or out? Right? All right. So we're going to start. What's that? What's that?
Blue line in.
Yep, blue line's in. Yep. So we're going to start. This is called windshield wiper dinks. Mel's going to start in the center as I am. I'm going to hit him the ball. I'm going to take one step this way. Once Mel hits it, he's going to take one step that way. So we each go 5 steps. It'll be hit, 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 hit. That's 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. In reality, when you go to take the test or do the session, it's only about 20 minutes. This goes quick because I'm feeding, like if it's 5 dinks, it looks like this. Right, so you fly through this thing. All right, so we're going to do windshield wiper dinks. Hit, move. Okay, just kind of showing you that we go back and forth. Some people have asked, what's a windshield wiper dink look like? We're just crossing like that. Now if you're counting, we went a little over just to kind of show you how we're doing it. His last ball landed here, so I would say he got 19 out of 20 on that. Okay, questions there? Yours was out here. New player can't get a
Forehands or backhand.
Yep, doesn't matter. Yep, we're just going. Now, when we get into this part, we will say forehand or backhand, head on or cross court. Okay. So the second one is a down the line forehand. So he's going to stand back just in front of the cone right there. And I'm going to hit him, and he's going to do 5 drop shots into the kitchen. I will always serve. Remember when I said my job is to feed and be the mathematician? Every time I feed the ball, it's going to look like this. Counts for 2. Going right down, right? Now he stays there. He's going cross court, forehand, 3rd shot drop. He's got to come over here and land this way. Oh yeah. Go steal it. Go steal it. There you go. You want to know what my theory on that shot was? Okay. Now, you'll see it all the way up to 4-0 that I will feed like this every time. For those testing at 4-0 and 4-5, the feed can have side spin, top spin, back spin, and I will be coming from underneath the net so they don't see everything. Right now I'm up here and I feed. If this is a 4-0, 4-5, 5-0 test, it might look like this. It might look like this. So they're not just like they spin. If I mess up a feed, we redo it, or if the wind messes it up. You just see it 4-5, 5-0, 4-0, you're going to get speed, spin. You're not going to see a precise feed. Okay. What's that? Okay, backhand from the transition, third shot drop. So he's going to hit backhands into the kitchen as a drop. Okay. Bad tester, I don't have my bucket with me.
I gotta remember your paddle's in the wrong hand for me. I keep hitting it to your forehand.
Questions on these so far? Cross court backhand, third shot drop. This is a 3-5 test. Give me the ball. Yep. Here's the question. Do you have another part of that?
Well, only that many times when you hit, when the return comes, the guy is running up and he's at the net, and so the third shot drop is sort of like right into the ball.
Well, here's the question. The third shot drop that we're talking about, some people don't know how it got its name, or, you know, its cousins that you never hear about. But at the 4-5 plus, 5-0 plus level, we all know it as the 5th and 7th shot drop. Because I can't get myself up. I've got to earn or work my way up. Because I hear a lot of people say, shouldn't I have to hit this ball and then just run up to the net? But if Mel's up there, come up real quick, we'll continue the test in 1 second. I'm back here, he keeps me back, I'm like, okay, I get up a little bit. Right, so I work my way up. That'd be the 5th shot drop. Right, it kind of floats in. I move up a little more. There's the 7th shot drop, and now we're playing. Okay. A forehand drop shot into the kitchen from baseline. This is a normal shot. So as we talked about having, you know, more shots in your bag, your tool bag. This is the shot that at 3-5, certainly at 4-0 plus. You've got to be able to nail this third shot drop. Little breeze, so we'll give him a little credit. But we were talking about that wall. This knocks that wall down. See how that works? One more. As I double hit you. Backhand into the kitchen. You know, if he does something right, you can't applaud him.
You're doing great.
And I'm serious about this. If you're coming to test with 2 of your friends, because what you're not going to hear from me is any encouragement or coaching. You've been to my lessons, and I'm like, you're doing so well. Keep it up. Keep your hands in front. Great job. High five, right? You owe me a beer. But if you bring friends and you're doing well, you got it, girl. You got it. Keep it up. Keep it up. Way to go, right? Tennis for all. Yeah.
You got this, girl.
All right. So those are the third shot drops. Cross court from the transition, forehand, backhand, and then from the baseline as well. This is the one that you've got to practice. Right? Talk to some of the better players, Jim, and some of these. I mean, this is a shot you've just got to work on. And yeah, you're going to get killed some days because you're popping them up. And other days you're not going to get killed because you keep hitting them into the net. You'll get there. These are basic punch volleys. So I'm going to feed it up and Mel has to do a punch volley that lands behind the cone. Now when we're doing the test, I actually outlined it in chalk, so it's very definitive. You don't kind of get the kind of leeway that Mel's getting here. There'll be a chalk line that I can see definitively.
Dave, are you going cross court for the third shot drop from the baseline?
Yep. No, forehand and backhand.
Okay.
One of these days I'm going to pass this rating.
You getting credit for today?
No.
Oh, wow, man. Yeah, man.
These are just punch volleys back. Backhand deep. Again, a shot you'll use playing when the person's back here and they go to hit it and you want to keep them back. This is a little block volley. Can go no further than 1 foot past the line here. Again, there'd be a chalk line. I'm going to feed to Mel, and he's just going to.
Where you going, Mel?
Yeah.
Same shot with the backhand.
That's our ball post.
Yeah. Okay, questions so far? Getting to the end. This is a lob over my head. I'm going to dink to him. He's going to hit an offensive lob off the dink, past my overstretched paddle, or outstretched paddle. Yeah, we'll get you in here. Again, this is a shot you need to have in the arsenal if you want to push somebody back off the line. Good job. Good. Give you this 5 serves to each court. 5 serves to each court. They have to be behind the cone. This may be the only portion of the test we're a little generous with.
It was closer last time.
Yeah. That's pretty far back. 6'5". You got the hair.
3-0 one of these days. He said he was being generous.
There you go.
This is the part that I want to show you. When you go to do this in a rating, I did this for my own rating as well. I changed how I serve during the rating because you don't want to guide the ball. You want to be natural in how you're hitting it. But you should, some of you, if you've been through my clinics or my private lessons, you know that I talk about having a pre-serve routine. So everybody, if you bounce a couple times, for me, I bounce it on the ground twice, then I call the score. But you see this little thing here? I never did that until I got tested. Because I used to do it like this. 3, 2, 1.
Still do when you play me.
Right? But now I catch myself going 3, 2, 1. So I set before I serve it because you can't blow one in the test, right? So you don't want to just start what we call windmilling, right? If you're just here and you have the bucket and you're just like, man, now you get pressure, right? Now I've missed 2. I know I've got to get these 3 in, so now you're like, right? So that's why get your routine down, whatever it is. People do this, people do this, some people, whatever it happens to be. Okay? That's just a little hint. So it works when you're not doing your test as well. Remember, in pickleball, we can only score off the serve, right?
Are you scoring rally?
Nope, just depth. He asked if we judge on the velocity, and it's just the depth. We all believe get the ball in, right? All right. These are serve returns. I serve to Mel in a normal serve. Not my normal, just a normal. And he's got to hit past the zone. What happened to you got this, girl? Now you get to see how good Mel really is. Okay, questions on that? Easy peasy. And now for the point or thing you've come here for, to watch ghost doubles. It's a fancy word for skinny singles. Here comes a bad joke, not to be confused with farmersonly.com. So, it's called ghost doubles. It should actually be called ghost partner because you don't have a partner. So in effect it becomes skinny singles, which after a quick hands drill, I think is the #1 drill you should be doing when you take up pickleball because it forces you to hit every shot. If you're playing skinny singles like this, I will teach classes, do a private lesson. I'm like, what do you want to work on? They go, I don't need to work on third shot drop. I'm great at it. I'm like, great, let's play a quick few points of skinny singles. And then they can't hit one. When the pressure's on and the court looks narrow because we're going head on. So some of the shots that we tested on, block volleys, dinks, cross court moving, lob off of the dink, you should see that in this game. Now it's rally scoring, so there's a point on every serve. So if I take the first ball and hit it in the net, it's 1-0. Okay? He would move, and I would stay. So I would be here, and we'd be going skinny this way. Okay? We're going to show you by actually doing it, but I'm trying to get you. A simple way to remember it is if I score, I move. If I don't score, I stay.
I like whether if you're even, you're here on this side. If your score is high, you're here. That might be easier.
And when you're testing, so if Mel was playing Jim, I would be saying like 0, 0. And if Jim got the point, I would be 1, 0. And I'm going to point you because I don't want you trying to get confused about where you're supposed to, because we're not grading you on that. It's too new and you're too nervous. Okay? There is no third number in the call, so it's just 0, 0. So there's not first or second. Okay?
Don't you give me the option to serve
Oh yeah.
or receive?
So here's a good thing, and Mel brought this up earlier today. So if we come out here and the person being rated is in charge, and I say, would you like to take the side? And this is a great example because I'm looking into the sun. Or do you want to serve first? The answer to that question is, I want to serve first. Now in real life, you might not take that. Like I might take the wind side or the sun side. But in a game where every point counts, you want to take control because I could be up 3 or 4-0 before he gets a chance to serve. So when I say that to you, do you want to serve or receive? You're going to say, I want to serve. I'll take this. You get the wind, the shade, the first serve. 0, 0.
Wherever he is, man.
1, 0. So he stays on the same side, I move.
Yep. So you can, as a group, say this score when I raise my hand up. Make sure we're getting it all right. So it is 1, 0. All right, we're ready to start. I'm warm.
Is it 2-1 or 1-2? 1-2.
First one to 21.
Yes. Yeah, that's rally. That's rally score.
Yeah.
What do we got? Starting to see the flow?
Come on, girl, you got this.
6-5.
Score 7.
8-4.
I have 5.
40 of you.
Wrong side.
Wrong side.
Oh, he gets a point for that? Yeah, he does.
10-6. 9-6. 6-9. 6. 9.
Yeah.
6-10. 10-6. Wrong side. Okay, this isn't going to happen if we're playing. If you're playing against me or David's here, he's going to tell you the right side to be on. 7-10.
Good job.
All right, questions?
How do you decide how that went?
Points only. This is mathematical. So I have on my chart game 1, total points. So we just put points for Mel. 7, we play 2 more. Put that number into the calculator and it tells you whether they passed or not.
Is it to 11 or 15?
11.
So 11, no, you don't have to win by 2. First one,
Yeah, in your 3 games, like Mel got 7, which is great because you need to get 7 or 8 in every game. 7, 7, and 8.
23.
Does the number go up as the skill level goes up?
Only the top line, the skill testing. And actually it goes down a couple because the shots are harder. Right? A 4-5 gets 90 points up top. A 3-5 might get 120.
But I mean, just in the game
Nope,
portion,
nope. 11 and same thing. 23 points.
you gotta get a total of 23.
Yep.
In 3 games.
You'll know if you're out there and you got 4 points, then you got 2 points. You're like, uh-oh.
Hey, David,
Yep.
are you always the opponent, or?
No. Control. I bring somebody like a Mel. I've got like 3, 4 people. Right?
Are there certain, while you're playing like that, are you also watching for overhead spin
Yeah.
moves? Are you in your head calculating?
I am, so that I can talk to you, right, afterwards. Like, let's say Mel missed on a few, right? I'm like, all right, let's go through this. And it says, did not pass. And he's like, oh man, what did you see? And I'm like, well, you missed half of your third shot drops. But more importantly, in the playability test, when you were playing, you struggled to hit some of those shots. And we're not looking if you hit those shots, but we look what happens under pressure. And normally what happens is you start rushing and you make more mistakes and you make more mistakes and you basically take yourself out of it.
So not only is it the points,
Yep.
you were also watching to see what he was.
But you're not rated.
But
on
I'm not
it.
rated on that. But I'm going to talk to you about it. Like I might say,
Pointers. Pointers.
I might say, Mel, you had me up here one time, right? But you didn't take control of the dinks. And when I didn't see him take control, then I did. I moved him over here, then I moved him there.
Got it.
Right?
Thank you.
So I'm hitting the shots, cross courts, and right? Lob. I think he lobbed me or I lobbed him once or twice. Right? Blocking. Okay.
Dave, I got a question.
Yep.
Rick and I want to get rated.
Yep.
Do you supply the third person?
Yes.
Do I play against that third person in ghost doubles?
Uh-huh.
I do.
Yep.
What was the question?
You're gonna play.
According to your level.
Yeah. So if you're testing at a 3-0 level, I bring a solid 3-0 control person. It's not a 3-0 that's about to be a 3-5, and it's not somebody that was a 2-5 or a 3-0 and just moved up. They're a solid, and you would play him once, and you would play Mel twice for your 3 games.
The control person. I'm not a 3-0. I'm not a 3-5. So
I'm playing him once, and there's somebody that you're supplying twice. And I got to get 23 points.
How much do you have to get on the rest of it?
Depending, but the skills test, the skills portion where we're doing this, is actually very lenient. You can go down to about 70% and pass the skills part of it.
Is that an average of all the skills?
All those, yeah, we add up the points. So
it's a
20
total-
windshield
total
wipers,
of all the
5 of this,
skills.
5 of that, and you got 3, 3, 3, and 3. Then the calculator just says you're supposed to get 90 and you got 80. So that's a pass.
and it's separate. The playability, you need 23 playing, and you still need whatever percentage in the skills. It's not a running total of both.
What was your
I
question?
thought I heard that you said that you need 90 to get 80 for the pass.
Yeah, so 90 is how many you could possibly get on the test. 90, if you got every shot in, it'd be 90 shots.
But one skill can't take it.
No. Well, if you miss 20 on your windshield wipers, that could put you behind in a hurry, right?
Is there some place on where you can list all the things that are on the skills?
Yeah, they're on the Trilogy Pickleball website. You can actually see this form. I did it Reader's Digest version so I can see it on the court. Not gonna lie. It looks a little smaller on there, but it just tells you. If anybody wants to look at this too, I can just put it up here and you can come take a quick look at it. So it's not a secret, it's online, and
This is for official rating. The thing they did yesterday, was that the temporary rating?
That's a temporary.
Yes, that was
Good
temporary.
until October.
I couldn't go to that. We have Trilogy softball on Tuesdays and Fridays.
uh-huh.
Are they gonna do another temporary rating?
Yes, you said that at the beginning.
Yes.
Yep.
Could it possibly not be on a Tuesday or Friday?
It'll probably be on a Sunday morning. Could be as early as this Sunday morning.
Okay, timeout.
Can you take a timeout while you're in the
Oh yeah, I will ask you if you need a hydro or a restroom break, right? So if in between games, you can stop, get a drink of water, towel off.
If he got 3 points in a row, I would call a timeout.
Dave, when you get a chance, can we supply the 3 equal levels and you not supply them?
No, because I try not to at certain levels. 3-0, 3-5. It could come from the club, possibly, but 4-0 and above I will tell you right now. If you're 4-0, 4-5 rating, I am not going to take the control person from your group, because at 4-0 and 4-5, the stuff starts coming harder, more difficult. Stuff is coming back. I saw somebody hit one time. They got winner, turned around, and the ball goes. And they're like, he got that?
Yeah.
Okay. And I can't have a 4-0 buddy, not saying it would happen, but if to throw the match, like shit, he needs 2 more points. Like, oh, I missed the serve, right?
What's the difference between a 3-0 and a 3-5 test?
Very few, it's the number of hits. Like in 3-0, it would be, the question is, what's the difference between a 3-0 and a 3-5? At a 3-5, you might have cross court and backhand drop shots, and the 3-0 might just have forehand and fewer. If he has to hit 10, a 3-0 might hit 5. Yep. Okay. Anything else? And I can stick around for a couple minutes, not long, but a couple. Okay.
I don't have a question, but thank you, David, for doing that. Does everybody have David's contact information? It's on our website, page 1. Yep, page 1. What I wanted to say, yesterday we tried to get some of our NR raters temporary rating, and we had, I think, 30 people show up at Anthem. Thank you, David, for getting us a report. And we want to finish getting the rest of the NR raters, and then the 2.0 people that came into our club without a rating. We're starting to give you a 2.0 so you can actually play scheduled time. We're trying to get you rated also. So tentatively, we're trying to do it this coming Sunday. And an email will be going out, and Mike Pagliarillo is working on it, and it's a class that you will sign up for online. You don't have to call a number, and we will have time slots for you to fill in. So phase 2 of getting NRs and 2.0 rated, it's coming. Questions?